Boom. There we go. How we doing? Hi. I'm struggling a little bit here. Let me fix up a couple things. I gotta up the gain because I'm too quiet, which is a good thing. Yeah. How we doing now? Everything tolerable volume? I guess that all depends on how the game is how the game pulls out. How y'all doing? How's your day been? I'm gonna get started, but tell me how y'all are doing. Welcome to the rare time I can talk in the middle of a day. I gotta be a little bit quiet because my roommates are still working, but I'm not disrupting any homeschooling right now, so it's okay. Hell yeah, to both the sleeping and the streaming. Uh, no yeah, or hell no, to migraines. Pardon me if I'm a little sleepy myself. We'll go until my roommate says that I should stop. You may notice that certain aspects of the stream are different from last time, and I learned the hard way that a VTuber rig is just a smidge more elf poverty. What does that mean? So I learned that with the VTuber rig, certain aspects of my overlay were a bit more intensive than I thought they were, and as a result, my CPU was getting choked up. Uh, with a more ordinary static background, that shouldn't be nearly as much of a problem. Uh, so keep your eyes out on the horizon for that. In the meantime, though, let's play some Dragon Age. We'll see if I can talk and play this game at the same time, because I've never done that before. We'll see if OBS wants to participate and work this time, the first time. I'm glad y'all are doing okay. Uh, oh, that's the intro. Okay. Okay. Let's fix this up a little bit. Hey. Pay no attention to this. Pay no attention. Don't pay attention. Stop looking. There we go. Okay. There. You did not see that I have nothing below the shoulders? You didn't see it. It's not real. Alright. Game overlay. I don't know why it never picks up the first time. We're about to fix that. Oh, that's because it's not targeting Dragon Age. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. You're right. You got it exactly right. Oh. Come on, OBS. There we go. Hey, there we go. Now I'm finally lit up so you can see me, because I can't stop playing with those weird shaders. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, no, that keyboard imitation I have, it's beautiful. Nobody's ever heard of such a beautiful keyboard imitation. Here, check this out. I'm gonna speak in keyboardese. That doesn't work when you're not in a load screen. This is all reminding me of just kind of how much of the cost of my microphone is actually just the arm, and the microphone itself is not spectacular. But that's a matter we can fix another day. Partially influenced by me turning up the gain, but that's what it takes. So last time we were here, we did a bunch of digging and a bunch of side quests, and once again, I didn't gear up between sessions. Eating my shorts. We played with the idea of making Alistair king of Ferelden, given Honora's concerns. But I've decided between streams that maybe that's not the angle that I want to take. Alistair may be a dweeb, but he's been a relatively nice dweeb, and it feels wrong to push him into this position that he didn't expect or want. Not when someone of equal capacity for leadership is plainly available. So I'm going to tell her that now. I think. If I can.
Well, have you spoken to my lucky betrothed yet? Or will we be reduced to passing notes? Oh, that's a shame. But hardly unexpected.
She wants it
really.
bad. Yeah,
Consider
well,
it forgotten.
look, she was
as
practically
for the
doing the
amount.
job to begin with.
He is my father, as well as a great general, who has served his nation well until now.
I'm going to throw him
If
off
there
a
is a way
bridge.
for him to live, I would prefer it. For years, I have ruled this kingdom as Kaelin's queen. As much as they loved Kaelin, all of the Banon knew this to be so. Kaelin was a good man, but what is needed now is not another good man, but a good ruler. I sent Alina here not solely because I thought I needed help, but because I saw an opportunity for us both. What say you then? Your support for mine in the Landsmeet? That is good to hear. So, we have a deal, Warden. I trust you'll keep your end of the bargain. Now, I suppose, comes the task of dealing with my father. That will be no small feat, of course, but I am certain you already know this. I imagine you have much to do. Is there anything else you needed from me?
I want to know how hard it is to throw your dad off a bridge. Do you need anything?
No. And while I know your concern is hardly disinterested, still, thank you.
Oh. I guess we're done talking now.
You return. Is there something you wish to discuss?
I want to talk about your dad.
Ask me whatever you like.
I'd like to understand Logan better.
He was once a farmer when he was a boy, if you can believe it. I never could myself. He's useless with plants, for one thing. I remember my mother once asking his help with a sick rose vine. My mother oversaw the rose gardens personally. He touched it. No more than that. And it shed half its leaves like a dog with mange. She never asked for him to help with her roses again. He bought her another one, though. He carried it back from Denerim with the branches overflowing.
Yeah, he had so many kids as a kid.
Despite
It's
the
crazy.
thorns tearing him bloody,
That's what makes him a
he
hero, I
wouldn't let
guess.
anyone else take it.
He raised
He
an
wanted
army
the
all by
world to
himself.
benefit from her. My father has his faults, Warden, but he is far from common. Trust would perhaps be putting it too strongly. My father knew what Hal was, and while I despised the man, I knew that father relied on his political mind. I expect my father thought himself above being influenced by the snake. Truly, I wonder how many of these acts stem from Hal and not my father at all.
Honey, we're gonna have a problem if you think your father is not responsible for all this.
I hope not. but I fear it is so, yes. I'm not sure. I had no inkling of my father's plans until Caleb was already dead. I would like to think that my father planned for the worst, but did not truly decide that Caleb was a lost cause until that moment in Ostergard. The alternative is difficult to imagine.
What is flickering? What am I hearing? Hold on a second. Why is my mic flickering? What does it sound like to you? Is there any background noise? Is it the AC? Sorry for making you do the troubleshooting, but you don't hear anything. I'll just turn that up a little bit, I guess. Yeah, there we go. That's less distracting.
Because
Yeah,
he believes
there we
he
go.
is right. He thinks he is the only one who can see Ferelden out of its current crisis, even if it is one he helped engineer. My father is capable of remarkable blindness, but it stems from his love of Ferelden. That is the saddest part of all, I think. Ask me whatever you like. Of course it does. Do you think me heartless? But how much worse would I be to calmly stay at the side of a man who murdered my husband? It seems a strange word to describe a marriage our parents arranged when he was newly born and I still in swaddling clothes, but yes, I loved him. He was reckless, impetuous, and charming. Had he not been king, he would have made a dashing rogue for a band of players. We were a good pairing. He would not have wanted the burden of ruling any more than I would have liked to remain the silent wife in my husband's shadow. They would not believe it, most of them, even from my lips. Loghain is the hero they've looked up to their whole lives. Far easier to believe you or me a liar than him a murderer and tyrant. That's why it will be critical to find some way to discredit him before the lands meet. We must have proof of my father's crimes for the bands, or they will never believe us. It was more than just my own loss, but I thank you all the same.
Yeah, this would have been a lot easier with, like, some cameras. Haul that all the way over here.
Caleb was so idealistic. The world was his storybook, and he was the hero. My father is different. He's an idealist too, but he knows what idealism costs. They often clashed, but never seriously, never for long. Caleb would always come around to Father's way of thinking eventually. And then the Blight came. Caleb dreamed of uniting all the nations of Thedas against the Darkspawn. It was a dream he wouldn't surrender. What my father saw, however, was the boy he had swaddled inviting Orlesian troops back into the land he had fought to free of them. And for once, my poor, foolish husband wouldn't back down.
Learning so much.
Ask me whatever you like.
Everyone's a moron.
Do you want me to try my luck at fortune-telling? There was an old woman who read palms in the village of Warren when I was a child. She told me that I would have 10 children and be bald as a winter heat when I grew up. I can't say I put much faith in foretelling. What will happen depends much on you, Warden. But you certainly knew that already.
Yep.
Then I wish you luck, Warden.
Alright, I know what I need to do. Kind of. Just gonna tromp my way through this very pleasant manor. Talk to old Arleman.
Warden, let me know if there's any assistance I can give you. We have much to do and little time. We need to do all that we can in the few days left to us before the lands meet.
And I think that means going to the alienage.
So I'm guessing someone told Honora I was planning to steal her throne. She has a nasty glare. Did anyone mention this wasn't my idea? I think she's a great queen. As far as I'm concerned, she's welcome to it.
Thank God.
You have? I'm relieved, actually. The Landsmeet may not listen to you, and Eamon would go right back into a coma if you told him. But me? I'm relieved. I guess all we need to do is stop her father from taking the throne first, right?
That's right.
Oh, how hard could it be? He's just a hero and a Terran with a bigger army. Us, we've got spirit.
We sure do, Alistair. Let's go meet some unfortunate individuals. Thinking back on things, I realized that Zevran's the only elf that I have. I should probably bring him to the alienage. Probably not Alistair, though. Oh, wait, no, he's got his sister over there. I need to bring him. Dog. I can't go without Mumpy. Mumpy's great. Alright, to the alienage. Which is right over there. Yeah. Sisters in the main area. That makes sense. Is that her over there? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's just right there. Okay.
That's my sister's house. I'm almost sure of it. This is the right address. She could be inside. Could we go and see? Will she even know who I am? Does she even know I exist? My sister. That sounds very strange. Sister.
She's gonna think you're a moron if you do that outside her house.
Maybe we should go. Let's go. Let's just go.
Alistair Thiefstead.
Hello?
Hey, you have linens to wash? I charge 3 bits on a bundle. You won't find better. And don't trust what that Natalia woman tells you either. She's foreign and she'll rob you blind.
I'm not here to have any wash done. My name's Alistair. Well, this may sound sort of strange, but are you Gordana? If so, I suppose I'm your brother.
My what? I am Goldana, yes. Do you know my name? What kind of tomfoolery are you folk up to?
Look, our mother, she worked as a servant in Redcliffe Castle a long time ago before she died. Do you know about that?
You! I knew it! They told me you was dead. They told me the babe was dead along with mother, but I knew they was lying.
They told you I was dead? Who? Who told you that?
Them's at the castle. I told them the babe was the king's and they said he was dead. Gave me a coin to shut my mouth and sent me on my way. I knew it.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that. The babe didn't die. I'm him.
Severin, this is really uncomfortable.
For all the good it does me. You killed mother, you did, and I've had to scrape by all this time. That coin didn't last long, and when I went back, they ran me off. And who in the Maker's name are you? Some dwarf carrying all his riches, I expect?
Hey, don't speak to her that way. She's my friend and a Grey Warden, just like me.
Oh, I see. A prince and a Grey Warden too. Well, who am I to think poorly of someone so high and mighty compared to me? I don't know you, boy. Your royal father forced himself on my mother and took her away from me. And what do I got to show for it? Nothing. They tricked me good. I should have told everyone. I got 5 mouths to feed. And unless you can help with that, I got less than no use for you.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Don't worry, Alistair. My mom's kind of the same way.
Well, he found it. And what good is that to me? None, that's what. Unless he can see to it that his family lives as it should.
I suppose maybe I could give her some money for my nieces and nephews. 15 sovereigns, maybe? Would you let me give her that?
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Then here, Goldana, take this money. I know it's not much, but...
You, a prince, marching in here with your fancy armor and such, and this is all you got to offer? You must think I'm very stupid.
No, wait, I don't think that at all. I want to help, if I can.
You want to help? You go to whatever high and mighty folks you run with, and you tell them you've got nephews and nieces that aren't living as they've a right to. You do that.
Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work out, Alistair.
You're right. I don't know why I came.
I don't know why you came either, or what you expected to find, but it isn't here. Now get out of my house, the both of you.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just
I
leave.
agree. Let's get out of here.
Fade away. Hi,
Wow.
Bumpy.
That was not what I expected, to put it lightly. I'm sorry I gave her any money at all. This is the family I've been wondering about all my life? That gold-digging harridan? I can't believe it. I
Absolutely
guess I
zooming.
was expecting her to accept me without question. Isn't that what family is supposed to do? I feel like a complete idiot.
You don't need her, Alistair. Come on.
Such as? The only person who ever cared about me was Duncan.
I'm right here, and so is Mumpy.
Thank you. I'm glad you came with me. Let's just go. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
That's fair. Yeah. Alright. We're gonna go talk to some other disadvantaged individuals. Zevron, you're our ambassador, question mark. Elf poverty. In we go. Oh. And we crashed. First crash of the day, getting it over with early. Here's hoping it stays over with early. Just slowly load. There we go. It's loading up properly the first time this time. We'll see if we can get back in there. Yeah, here we go. Just elf poverty comes with a little bit of a crash. That's okay. Smidge crash. This is pretty bad, though. This is pretty damn bad. Alright. Alistair. Oh, what have I done to you? You're wielding equipment you can't use with a terrible helmet. I don't have a better one right now. That's fine. I'll have to do that later. Yeah, no, he's fine. I'll find him a better helmet somewhere around here.
We are grateful. The compact is renewed.
Hey! Excuse me, sir?
What do you need?
Oh, you're very cute, aren't you?
I suppose a noble death fighting the blighted wretches is better than basking in this squalor. They'd better be paying well.
I don't know if paying well is what you want out of a death sentence, buddy.
We're not going to be mobbed, right? That's not something elves do here. Mob people.
Who's there? Stay away!
Face here again.
Severon, what do you take of this?
I
What
knew
was
I
that
shouldn't
about?
have cut through here. Bloody knife ears.
Rude? Oh. Excuse me, sir.
Spare a silver for a war veteran?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, Andraste, bless you, sir. I won't forget your face. No, I won't.
I've got enough, God knows. Excuse me. Don't mind me.
It's
What are you about?
Come in.
Oh, it's you.
I didn't thank you before, did I? I wish I could give you something. Everything I owned was lost to looters after the purge. Not that I had anything valuable to begin with.
What's going on here?
You'll have to excuse me if I seem a little skeptical that a total stranger would break me out of prison for no reason.
Surely, sir, I had ulterior motives that you were just an accessory for. Don't you worry.
Nothing comes without a price. What is it you came here for?
I was honestly just gonna rummage around in your shit for a good minute. I didn't realize you lived here.
I'm as good as can be expected. It's sort of a shock to come home and find things this way. We're shy of strangers here. It's rare they bring anything but trouble into the alienage. Arl Howe led troops in here to celebrate his appointment to the Arling of Denerim. No one's certain how many people died.
Oof.
And when the soldiers left, the plague took over. Between the Civil War and Ostagar, the city doesn't have enough soldiers left to seal the alienage. And only elves and refugees have gotten sick. I'm sure that if anyone important gets the plague, the alienage will burn.
I guess the plague's been pretty bad. I've seen a few sick people myself, but by the time I got here, it seemed to be under control. There are mages from Devinter here helping to treat it. There's something odd going on, though. My cousin Shiani could tell you more. You can't miss her. Just look for the angriest woman in the alienage.
I don't know. You can only find out for certain if it doesn't work. And no one wants to put it to a serious test.
Yeah.
I guess so. I'd expect Templars here otherwise.
I know you've already done a lot for me, but I have to ask. Could you talk to Shiani? Please. I don't know what's going on here, but I know she's in over her head.
Sure.
Really? I don't know what to say. Thank you. Maker bless you.
So I'm assuming Saurus is the functional equivalent of your best friend if you have the city elf starting. He seems pleasant. I like him. I'm just hoping we can do some good by him. His best friend cousin. Oh! Hello.
Oh, it's good to see you again, friend. You were so generous to me before.
Oh.
And these are other veterans.
I'm an orphan.
Oh, and an orphan. Please, milady, can you spare some coin? Oh,
Let's see what
oh, you're too
happens.
kind.
Let's
Just
see what
too
they
kind.
dare to do.
The Maker preserve you.
Long live the good sir!
Well, we'll see what happens in that accord. Mumpy, don't look. Oh. Hello, feral dog. Mumpy. Talk. Okay, maybe not.
Elves plant these trees to remind themselves of who they once were, and then they pee on it. Charming symbolism, really.
Get some pretty flower here. I know Leliana really likes that, I think. And maybe I don't know. Oh, I've got so much crap. Oh, I made a horrible mistake. Oh, I've got so much crap. Oh no. Get rid of that.
Now's better than later.
Melendrian's house.
Perhaps I could have a try at that.
You know you can't. Don't even try. Hi, Winter. Welcome to the stream. Hope your day's going well. I'm, ooh. Having a rare time where I can talk in the middle of the day, at least until I'm asked to stop. So we're gonna give it a shot. Come on, Zevran. Out of the way. Yeah. I just kinda... I can't angle the camera like that. I just see you're doing well.
Is someone there? Maker's blessing to you, child. Be not afraid. I still have some sight to see you by. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am Sir Otto. I am a Templar. I lost my sight in a battle with a powerful Malefica. He called flame from the air and burned my face. The scars have healed, but my sight will never recover.
That was a little too much information. I'm sorry.
Don't be. Many of my brethren died in that battle.
What are you doing here?
We'd heard rumors that there's an enclave of Maleficarum hidden in the alienage. I volunteered for it. I was most adamant. I took my vows to serve the Chantry, not sit idly by.
Fair.
Sadly, not anymore. But I have years of hard-won experience. Often the chase is as difficult as the resolution. So I do the Maker's work in whatever way I can.
Fair.
I have found no evidence of Maleficarum in the alienage. However, there is something else. This place, it's scarred like me. When I came here, I immediately could feel an air of hopelessness, despair. But over time, I felt the wrongness runs far deeper than that.
What does that mean?
I don't know. But the feeling of wrongness never wanes. And so I attempt to puzzle it out. I don't suppose I could impose upon you.
I don't know how to search for wrongness, but...
It took patience, but some elves opened up to me, and I've heard their sad tales. But I found no real evidence to support my fears. Ears alone have done all they can. I was hoping you could be my eyes. Look around the alienage for anything out of the ordinary. I don't know. I have a feeling that there is something to be found, though. You seem capable. I have hope that you will find what I seek.
Sure.
Make her watch over you, child.
Find something weird. Good enough.
There's no way I'm going near mages.
Official note. Bearing arms is strictly prohibited. Zivron, was this a mistake?
Mama never came back from Aya. What's taking her so long? Mama said she'd bring me a present from Haya. I wonder what it'll be.
Terrifying.
I've got children at home. I can't wait out here for another day.
So go home. The best thing you can do for your children is not trust these charlatans.
Everyone remain calm.
You look real
Help as
familiar,
much as we
sir.
can today, so long as we can do this in an orderly fashion.
Why are you familiar?
Oh, you're helping us, are you, Shem? Like Valendrian and my uncle Syrian, you helped them, didn't you? Helped them and never to be seen again.
I've explained this to you before, girl. More whining will not persuade us to let you into the quarantine to carry plague back out to the alienage.
Quit trying to get us all killed, Shiani. Some of us have still got things to live for.
If this spell of theirs works, why are half the people they quarantine perfectly healthy?
This is weirdly reflective.
You shouldn't be here, dwarf. Your kind don't leave the market district. Wait. Sora's told me about you. You're the one who freed him from the dungeons. These foreigners say they're here to help with our outbreak of plague. Funny thing, though. All the people they help disappear.
That's not true, and you know it, Shiani. Both my sisters got the Tevinter spell cast on them, and they're fine.
Where's your niece then? And my uncle Syrian? And Valendrian? Those mages say they're from a circle, just from another land. I have no idea if they're telling the truth, or if anyone cares. These foreigners have taken dozens of elves into that house over the last few weeks, and none of them have been seen again. One of them was our Haran, Valendrian. And I don't know what we're going to do if we don't get him back. He's the elder, the person who guides us. Maybe that doesn't mean anything to you, but it's important to us.
Does anyone
They
know about
have
this?
to know about it. The Haran complained, and so did I. They just don't care, or something worse. They won't just let you in. Well, just be careful. Those men are mages.
I'm not too worried, to be honest. Excuse me, sir.
Now's better than later.
Let's take a peek in the apartments. See what kind of way folks are living. Terribly. Right, I forgot. Sick elf. I won't steal more of your junk. I promise. You don't look sick.
There! Stay away! I can't say nothing. Please, just go. I don't want trouble. I don't know, I swear. I only saw them take people away. Took them right out of their beds. Dragged them down the hallways. Baker, the little one's crying. Through the landlord's old office. They go in there, they never come back.
Now that's a lead.
I saw him. They marched him through the hall with a bunch of others, all tied together like pack mules.
What else have you seen?
Every few days, they come back. It's like a parade, a silent one. Men and women and children. You have to go. They'll be back soon. They'll find out I talked and they'll take me too. Please, just go.
Too much, apparently. But that's okay. We're well equipped for that. Unless there's a lock that needs busting. Hello, Sean. Welcome to the stream. Oh, I should have grabbed Liliana. Uh-oh.
I'll get on it.
I am using voice. Half the house is out. It's a rare chance. Might as well try it, you know? Yeah. So we've entered the alienage. I've decided against last time's decision to get Alistair involved. I've decided I don't want him to be king. And he doesn't want that either, and it only seems fair that I let him have some peace. God knows I put him through enough. We met his sister, which was a bad time. But, you know, found family business. He's doing okay now. And now he, Zevran, and Mumpy are helping me out in the alienage. Yeah, the rose was probably a little, You know when big, meaningful things happen in stressful moments? I'm a little worried about him after that. He made a poor decision there. And yeah, there's the Tevinter here. And someone's getting kidnapped. So we're gonna put a stop to that. That seems mean and rude, and I'm not having it. Oh, shit. There we go.
All right, all right.
Mumpy. Mumpy, come in. Mumpy, you got the best sniffer out of any of us. You see anything interesting? Slightly dirty pair of silk pantaloons. Okay. Sure. One can never have too many pairs of pantaloons. He's so happy, look at him! He's such a good boy. What was that? Oh, it's probably my poison falling off, actually. Alright, I got that bone. Gonna give it to him. Feel bone. Yeah. He's happy about that. Chair.
Got it.
Boy, someone sure was gonna go to dinner at some point. God damn it.
Perhaps I could have a try at that.
Zevran, every time I come through here, I deeply regret not giving you lockpicking. Basically. Alright, I gotta step out. I gotta trade Liliana out. I don't have enough lockpicking. I'm also gonna go to the market square and sell some old crap. I can't keep holding on to this crap. I'm not gonna get anywhere if I keep doing that.
There she is!
Oh my god.
Now, no crowding. Let the good sir breathe.
There are a lot of unfortunates in the alienage, sir. Many veterans, orphans, the diseased, and sad tales of all sorts.
I still don't have my parents.
Yes, sir. And poor Oli still doesn't have his parents. Anything you can spare would be appreciated. So sorry, friend. Honestly, most everyone here has a sad tale. You've been good to me and Oli. They just heard of your good deeds is all.
Alright, a little more.
Oh, huzzah! Huzzah for the hero of the dinnerim!
All of us are eating tonight.
Yep. Okay.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Terrifying.
Now's better than later.
Alright. Let's go put some garbage away, and I'll be back to do more crime solving.
All right, all right.
How is the connection looking? OBS is telling me that I'm having some network issues. But things look okay, and nobody's complained about anything yet.
You're back. You need something? Oh, yes.
It was dropping a bit. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Let me poke at that a little bit. Dum. Oh, that's the stuttering's probably me tabbing out of the game, I'll be honest. Maybe if I close Discord, that'll probably help. There we go. Just gonna do a bit of that. We'll see how things go from here. Huh. Why is this struggling so much? Is my CPU just dying? Did that help? A little bit? Yeah? Things are looking better. At least on my end.
You're back. You need something?
Let me know if it has further
yes.
troubles in a minute. But I've just changed a couple things and we'll see how things are. Good. Yeah, I'm still figuring out little kinks and issues here and there. I think part of the problem may just be my computer. You know, sometimes that's just what it is.
Welcome back.
Let's see what you got. Our helmets. That'll do for
Dwarven crafts.
Alistair.
Fine dwarven crafts.
Yeah. It is too heavy for
Wreck
him.
from Orzammar.
Maybe later.
Won't find better.
Maybe it's time to just see what I can do to upgrade my CPU. We'll find out. Probably no time soon, but, you know, see how it goes. Alright, back to camp. No, it might be partially internet thing, but I'm looking at my CPU spiking in Tenerum, and I think part of it is the game just being weirdly intensive. I'm sure there are ways that I can improve that, but we'll find out over time.
Got it.
Even here in the camp, it's getting surprisingly high.
Indeed.
Yes.
There we go. And back into Denerim we go.
Of course.
Alright. Everyone get your buffs on, just in case.
Good to see you. As you like.
There. Big mump energy. Oh, yes, we can turn this in.
Exists to serve man and never.
And after much sweat, blood and toil, her labors ended, and the world marveled at what she wrought.
They shall be named Maleficar, accursed ones. They shall find no rest.
A little something extra for friendship.
You sure do speak without opening your mouth. That is the thing you do. I guess if you're a mage, that's a believable thing, isn't it? I just remember this guy was interested in the alienage.
Fighting the good fight, eh? I have one last job. A legendary one. Oh, a paltry 10 sovereigns is my take.
Alright.
Ban Frandarel is one of the richest men in the entire kingdom. At his grand ball next week, he's displaying some of his priceless treasures. Paintings of old masters, the armaments of the first king of Denerim, and more. Oh, more. Mages have put up magical walls, but I've got a route that will bypass that. Once inside, I've no idea how you'll deal with the guards, but if you do, you'll be rich and infamous. I can't wait to see what people say.
I think we can manage that.
Dwarven craft.
Uh-huh.
You're back. You need something? People might get the wrong idea.
Okay. Gotta sell some of my extra crap just in case. And that means gold bar, or no, that's a gift. I'm just gonna get rid of the pants. Silk carpet, vellum. I don't think I need that anymore, nor these. Alright, alright. Fine, but I'm giving the pants to Zevran.
How nice.
Works perfectly. I think I've got something to turn in here. I may be wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong.
What can I get you, stranger?
Yep. Yep.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Alright, back to the alienage, back to saving. We are back on track. I guess I could do the heist first. Regardless, I'll figure that out when I get to the map. Yeah. Let's do the heist first. As much as I feel bad for these elves, it'll be a lot easier to do with some priceless treasures in pocket. Alright, Zevran, you know what to do.
This I can do.
Of course. I don't think I ever gave Leliana the ability to unlock either. Or to the ability to stealth, rather. These look like barracks. Just grab some wine. It was a trap. What? Oh. Rude. They don't appear to be gunning for me, though. Oh, but there's this. I'll just leave. Oh no! Uh-oh! Uh-oh! Oh, bad time. Alright, gang, move out. Muppy, I'm gonna need you to do something about that mage. There we go. Uh-oh. Leliana, finish your spider. Yeah. Mumpy, you... get the potion whenever you're able. No! Uh-oh. This is a trial. Alright, Mumpy's back, we're good. And rescues of Ron, I guess. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Come on, Muppy. Oh! Oh, God. I'm in trouble. I'm in big trouble. Let's get deep in this.
Now's better than later. Now's better than later.
Get shit done.
I'll get on it. Run while you can.
Got it. So much work to steal from a mansion full of treasure, and I haven't even found any treasure. You good, Zevron? I'd say they went really well. You know? Everything went to plan. Mostly. There's clearly something back here, though. It's probably the other locked room. Alright, Leliana, let's put your skills to the test. Again. Yep, there we go.
I'll get on it.
There's the lever. That's gotta be it. Is that it? Everyone stay put, I'm going back. What did you do, Lever? Something changed.
Got it.
I think the ominous glow is Liliana's buff. How do I get there? What's going on? Do I just leave? Does this have something to do with here? It might be a multiple part puzzle. But I wouldn't know what else to touch. That's a city map to get out. A little trap door there. Didn't realize that the ceiling was open. Bumpy, you've got stellar eyes. What's going on over here? Curios. What do your mump eyes see? Nothing, apparently. Did I do this wrong? Maybe. Did I bungle it by sending Zevron ahead? Maybe. I don't know. Have either of you done this quest? This puzzle? Fair. You know what? There's a lot going on in this game. I'm not surprised if not everything is retained. Yeah, take a look if you don't mind. See what happens. Pull the lever.
I am yours.
I'm at the shelf. Looking around, I'm not finding anything. To be fair, this is technically the position it started at, so I'll pull it again. Get back. And I'm not finding anything. Did I bungle it by running ahead? I don't know. What kind of Scooby-Doo bullshit's going on around here? Where's your treasure, you old fart? I'm here to steal it. Thank you, Shen. If there was any need for it, I'd make both of you mods of my chat. You're both entirely too helpful with my bullshit.
I'll get on it. All right, all right.
I am in Banfranderel's estate. South wing of Banfranderel's estate. It's the third heist of... I don't remember what his name is. I can look it up. I'm a dummy. It's the third crime wave. The Private Collection. Slim Coldry. Got it. Okay. What have I fucked up? Oh, you got the page. Okay. You good? No worries. Okay. During this visit. Oh, do I come back? Maybe. Okay, cool. Cool. I'll leave the lever pulled for now, and I'll head out.
Now's better than later.
Alright, back to the market. Look, it was clever for the time, right? That lots of developments have come from game design since. Hey, Coldry, you got a lot to answer for.
I can't believe Banfranderel fooled me. His guards almost nabbed you. I feel like a bloody fool, I do. Listen, I have to go. Here's your coin back. I won't take a silver because of the way that went down. Give me some time and come back. We'll get our revenge, we will.
Oh, he's just gone. Okay. In the meantime, I guess I'll look for the Blackstone Irregulars. I think they're in the Tavern, yeah.
Got it.
Just turning in all the quests. You know, clearing the board. What's up?
The captain sends his regards. Maker's blessings upon you, Warden. Maker's
Okay.
blessings upon you, Warden.
Alright, back to the alienage. We got what we needed. I should act out the voice lines of the warden. I have been occasionally. Oh yeah, I guess they do simplify things for voice acting in future games, don't they? Definitely in 2. Oop, that's the wrong one. Don't mind me, just loading forever. I'm glad that this game did well enough that they were able to do full voice acting in the future. Right, Liliana, Mumpy, Zevran. Dream Team. Dream Team would be everyone, but I can't do that. And I'm not going through the trouble of installing mods for this. Alright. To the alienage. Love zoning into a zone and just saying Babari dominance is now active. I've peed here before. That makes me strong.
Oh, bless you. Bless you.
You're not one of the bad men, are you? I just want to make Grandma happy.
Who are the bad men that you're talking about?
The housemen. They came the night of shouting. All of us orphans were in there. Then the blood. Oh, the blood. Still bleeding. Poor animals.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What about the animals?
Dogs hear the bad men too. They make good dogs so confused. So angry.
Oh no, was bringing Mumpy a bad idea?
At the noise. Make them stop.
Is the riots?
So many died. So many. The orphanage is all dead now.
Who's your grandmother?
Never met her, but she protected me. But I lost her amulet. Grandma, make the voices go away.
What do the voices say?
Everything and nothing. They thirst for blood. More blood. The bad men in the house.
This sounds like some Fade shit. What can I do?
Sir. No, sir, indeed. Don't go into the orphanage. The bad men will take you too.
Fucking Teventer. It's always the Teventer. Otto.
What have you found?
I've seen some shit.
There's been no fighting in the alienage recently. Which means the blood is not congealing. I suppose there could be some explanation for it. That's by the orphanage, right? A sad place. Did you find anything else?
Yeah, there's a dead dog outside.
I'll report that at once. I've heard such afflictions can spread. Even from a corpse. I suppose someone may not have known that. One odd thing I am willing to believe. But 2 is no coincidence.
Hold on, Otto. I haven't even told you the wild part. You sure
I'm
you're up
sure
for
your
that?
friends can keep me safe. I have faith in you. Let us proceed.
Sorry, I didn't even tell you about the crazy lady outside. Come on, dude. Oh no. Oh, sir, don't just walk in there.
The feeling is intense here. This is the right place. I know not if it's the work of the Maleficarum, but there is definitely evil here.
Sir, it's
You go
glowing
first.
purple. You may not be
I
able
will
to see
follow.
that, but I'm 90% sure that means there's a demon in here. Demon Town. Oh, fuck. Well, we're back on only voicing horror games now.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
There's a broken chest. Nothing valuable. Blood? Don't love that. Okay. Oh, shit. Uh-huh.
Hear me, Sir Willem, Sir Willem. I'm a falling, Sir Willem, Sir Willem, today. I'm a maiden, Sir Willem, Sir Willem. But I'm dying, Sir Willem, Sir Willem, in pain.
Don't love that. Not into that. Oh, shit.
Got it.
Not possible to pick. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Puppy, I need you to growl. Lumpy's the best war dog here. Uh-oh. Ah, the bone cabinet. Cupboard. Everybody loves the bone cupboard. We're good. Everything's fine. I do find it somewhat surprising that my terrifying visage can affect ghosts. Like, I'd imagine that maybe that wasn't something you'd have to worry about if you're a ghost. Just being spooked.
One, two, American through. 3, 4, the kingdoms I war. 8,
Got it.
9, and now we fall.
Very nice, everyone. You beheaded a ghost. Ah, yes. I see the problem here. All these people bugged out. It's a shame, but it happens all the time. Just walking through the spider like it's no big deal.
This is the center of it.
Whoa.
Blessed be the Maker and his prophet Andraste.
Your pathetic maker is nothing compared to mine.
What an effect.
I
Ah, this
command
is
you,
fun.
show yourself, demon. Hide in the shadows no more.
You dare to command me? Let us see if your
Oh, you're just one of these guys, okay.
you now, worm.
Alright. I know what I can do for this. Freezing coating. Liliana, you're gonna get some arrows of filth, because I don't have any ice arrows. Warmth bomb. Mumpy, warmth bomb. Zevron, you're gonna suffer a little bit, but that's okay. Shit, that went great.
At one time I considered myself quite the warrior, but you accomplished here what I never could. But something still isn't right. I feel there is more to this. Nearby, the building next to us. I can feel it, just on the other side of this wall.
Sir, you might want to step back.
Let us go.
Liliana, do your job, please. There we go. Oh god, he already went through, didn't he?
All right, all right.
Going smoothly. Oh, thank God. Actual ice arrows.
All right, all right. I'll get on it.
Uh-oh. Doing okay. How you doing, Sir Otto?
The Maker shelter his children from the journey into darkness.
Doing okay.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
All this for a novice Frostrune. How boring. Alright, that's not what I'm looking for.
I see enemies.
There we go.
Now's better than later.
Easy peasy. God, it really is sudden how this game changes from being absurdly hard to, like, tolerable once you reach a certain, like, gear level. It really is. Oh god. Oh, they're immune to that. Okay. Alright, everybody out. Oh, Liana, come on.
I'll get on it.
Ah, the ominous saving. That means that you get your arrows, Liliana. There we go.
You think you are safe?
Though the Golden City has fallen, I have seen your face and your light. I am you.
Save your pedantic chant for your sermons, Templar. You have killed my brood.
Yes.
The Maker compels you. Show yourself.
The Maker? There is no Maker. There is no Golden City. But there are demons. Yes.
Jesus Christ.
I hear not your blasphemy. By Andraste and all the divine after her, I order you to face me.
You delusional fool.
Alright. Back to the poison. Let's give everyone some fast dust. Including myself. Just undid it. Oops. Oh. Good job, everybody.
We have done it again. I feel the darkness receding. I've seen the work of demon before. Some malefic Karam consort with them. But the Maker must have guided me.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Now, you die!
Oh, what the fuck? Oh god. We still got everything? Yeah, okay, cool. No, we're still cruising along. Cool. Oh god. I got the big guy, but there's so much going on. Zevron, please drink a potion. Me also drink a potion. Everything else is good. Alright, everything calm down, please. Okay, I think we're done. Liliana, if you'd be so kind. That wasn't really where I expected that quest to go, but keeping up that standard of only voicing horror games is really, really working. Oh, Jesus. Let's get out of here. Fuck. Alright. Hey, ma'am. I found, your thing.
They are quiet. They call for blood no more. It's my grandmother's. You found it, sir. May I have it?
Yeah.
I feel like A mist is leaving. Oh, thank you, sir. I have to live my life.
Got it.
What a nightmare. Good God.
No, you can't go inside just for a moment. So you might as well walk right back around to the front doors. You shouldn't be out on the streets now anyway. What with the plague?
What's stopping you? Aren't you afraid?
What's worse? Dying of the plague or dying of hunger? I'll take my chances with the plague, thank you, if it means I get paid. I've been hungry. The novelty's worn off.
Fair. How much do they pay you?
Not enough to put up with all these questions. What do you want?
Would you let me in the house for $6?
6. Sure. I never saw you, and you never saw me.
Excellent persuader, the art of the deal, and then I don't even go in
Can I
there.
get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
A mumpy snack. Alright. All the way down to the end. Liliana, please.
You need me?
Yes, yes I do. These big, clumsy, armed hands of mine can't open dainty locks.
Hey.
Hey.
Ask me anything.
Are you ready for a fight? God, I love that. Just first scream.
Can I get you
Bang,
a
bang,
ladder so
boom.
you can get off my back?
To Winter settled.
I'll get on it.
Oh, Jesus. Want to startle everybody? Or should we go back and walk in the back way of the quarantine? I think that would be fun. Yeah, the note's not great. Not in love with it. Got that standard Denerim lag. I should save. I should save. Not gonna catch me slacking on that. Not anymore. Not after losing an hour early on. Ugh. Nope. Guess we're already in business right off the bat. Good. Use this. Lumpy, I wish I could apply poison to your teeth without hurting you. Severon, you can use crow poison. Good job, Lumpy, damn. Just clean it up. That's the front door. Not a bad haul.
Help
Oh,
us,
Jesus.
Please! We're not sick! Let us out of here! Thank you, friend. I don't know, and I don't want to find out. We're leaving. Make her keep you.
Maybe tell me where Valendrian is. Where is he? Come on, dude.
I'll get on it.
I have a job to do. Alright, now to walk out the front door and ruin everyone's day.
Now's better than later.
I feel bad for Sir Otto. He probably wouldn't have said no if I asked him to leave him behind. Yeah. Bumpy, I'm gonna need you to go over there and disable that guy. Actually, that guy. Good job, Mumpy, taking that on alone. Oh my god, what was that? What was that? Did you see that? What the fuck? How do you have that much blood, ma'am? What are you? Hey.
Not going anywhere.
I'll get on it.
Hurt me.
Don't waste your breath.
Now's better than later.
You saw that, right? What the fuck just happened? Sorry, I'm doing a little management here. It's just like, Jesus Christ.
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back?
Come back for him.
All right, all right.
I'm sorry, but we're closed. There are a few places in the market district that can probably serve you.
What's going on?
They came to treat the Blight Plague. You did know about the plague, didn't you?
Yeah, obviously. Why would Tevinters care?
They don't want it spreading to the Imperium. The plague made it to Denerim from the south by trade routes, after all. No reason it couldn't cross the sea the same way.
How bad is it?
How bad is it? Do catastrophes come in different sizes?
Yes, actually.
One day, your child comes home with a cough. The next day, she's fevered, seeing things, hearing voices. And the day after that, she's dead, and it's your husband coughing. All you can hope is that when the last person in your house takes sick, you'll open the window, so the smell will bring someone to take your bodies out for burial. Is that bad enough for you?
That's pretty bad, yeah.
Everyone in the alienage is family, dwarf.
Okay, fair. We know the Tevinter don't have a good treatment, so I'm just gonna leave this guy alone.
Can I get you a ladder?
But I haven't had my answers yet, which means I probably have to go through the back way again. Shiani's here. I'll tell her what's up. I just gotta make room. Crap.
Got it.
Hey, Shiani.
What happened? Some of the elves ran out, but I didn't recognize any of them. Where are all the others?
You're the only ones
How is
inside.
that possible? They've taken dozens of us into quarantine. Where else could they be? It makes no sense.
Look, they're taking them somewhere. They've got a shopping list.
Let me see that. What does this even mean? They can't be shipping people, can they? Shipping them where?
I think why is more
I
important.
don't care why. I just want to find everyone who's missing.
That's an important part of an investigation.
How could they take them away? Wouldn't we see them? They could be moving through the back alleys. There are all sorts of buildings back there. They could be using one as some sort of warehouse, staging area.
There's a key.
There are apartments off the alleys. I would go to the back of the hospice and maybe follow the alley from there. If you find any more information, please let me know. I refuse to accept that they're all simply gone.
I'll do my best. I have a feeling the key might be for this house right over here. I was wrong. Oh, you can hack. You can
ask me anything.
Oh. Oh. I never thought to try. Oops. Just kind of thought this would be too important. Haha. I don't need Dalish boots.
It's done.
Injury kit? Yes, I do need that. Okay, so I guess there really is nothing in here. Sure. Alright. Back we go. Back into the apartments. Hum-dee-dum. Alright. Hey, Elf, I took care of those dudes for you.
I told you all I know. Please,
Okay.
go before they see you.
Mum-dee-dum. Back to the alienage through the back door. Okay. Just stretching.
What's this? Another shipment already? Do we what?
Oh.
Right. You're no Tevinter. Who are you supposed to be?
I'm about to turn you into an accordion.
Oh no! I heard of you! Micah! Attack!
Seems my roommates are coming back soon, so I'm gonna mute real quick to let them have a moment to settle in.
there would be no
Now's better than later.
What is the meaning of this? We were told that there would be no interference from the authorities. Oh? An errant group of do-gooders, then? You will regret this, you know. Believe it or not, we've been given dispensation to do our business here. The humans talk a great deal about how very wrong slavery is. But isn't it funny how quickly the smell of gold overcomes such ideals? I am no fool. I can see that you are capable. So be it. I will let Caladrius deal with you while I fetch the Regent's men. I suggest you leave while you still can.
Trap right ahead. Trap right ahead.
All right. Now's better than later. Got it.
I am Caladrius, and you, I assume, must be the Grey Warden I've heard so much about. Are you certain you wish to commit such rash action, Grey Warden? Look around you. Surely, we can reach some kind of compromise. Pity. Looks as if we shall have to settle this the hard way, then. My apologies.
it!
It seems your reputation is an accurate one. I surrender. Were I to use the life force of the remaining slaves here, I could augment your physical health a great deal. Allow me to leave this place alive, and I would be more than happy to do this little service for you. So, is my offer of interest to you, yes? Then, I don't suppose you would consider just, letting me go? Ah. Well, that is a shame, isn't it?
Somehow, if I'd been asked to guess the next person to walk through that door, I wouldn't have said it would be a dwarf. Are you one of them? What happens to us now? Shiani? Did she send you here? Praise the Maker! We will not trespass long on your good graces. Come, everyone, let's go home.
I'll get on it. All right, all right. Got it.
Mama said she'd bring me a present from High-Ever. I wonder what it'll be.
I'm sorry if I was rude to you before. Andraste's ass, you'd think I'd learned some social graces. Anyway, what I mean by all this is, thank you.
Can I get you a ladder? Get off my back.
Ah, it's you. Welcome. Please, come in. Tell me, how is Duncan? He's been a friend of mine for many years, yes. From the look on your face, I take it the news is bad.
I am sorry to hear that. I knew that the Warden suffered great losses at Ostagar, but a few escaped. I had hoped Duncan might be one of them. He came here, now and then, to look for potential recruits. Perhaps that seems strange to you, but Duncan was a man who knew that talent could emerge in the most unlikely places. We've been through outbreaks of pestilence during the war with Orlais. We'll endure. I doubt very much now that the Tevinter intervention would have helped us anyway. Please, take this. Duncan gave it to me years ago. I suspect you'll put it to better use than I would.
I can't believe you did all that for us. An outsider, even. Thank you.
Now's better than later.
You're back. You need something? Oh, yes, yes. Look over here.
Dwarven crafts. Fine dwarven crafts. Direct from Orzammar. You won't find better.
You return. Is there something you wish to discuss? I still do... You return. Ask me whatever you like. Then I wish you...
Ah, there you are. I was about to send out a search party. I've been hearing of a great commotion in the alienage. What exactly happened there? Make her forgive me. I should be appalled that such a thing could exist here. But I'm overjoyed you can implicate Loghain. We must end the civil war quickly. What the Blight does not corrupt in this land, politics surely will. The last of our allies have arrived in the city. We cannot delay any longer. I will call for the Landsmeet to convene. Bring Alistair and join me at the palace as soon as you are ready, Warden.
Indeed.
Now's better than later.
They're from the guild! I know that's the one they hired! Stop them!
get on it.
Good to see you again.
Got it.
Just take that duster out of here. I don't want to look at him.
Welcome back to the Spoiled Princess. How may I serve you? Go on. Welcome back to the Spoiled Princess. Of course.
Yes, my friend. I'm ready.
Got it.
If it isn't the hero of the day, what can I get you? Right.
Good to see you again.
I'll get on it.
I've told you what I know. Oh.
You hear about this son of Merrick?
This about the guild? I swear, I didn't tell them anything. I just took the sovereigns.
Darkspawn! Kill them all!
I'll get on it. Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back? I'll get on it. Got it.
Warden, I am not surprised it has come to this. And Alistair, if you were even remotely worthy of being called Merrick's son, you would already be in the Landsmeet, now wouldn't you? You have torn this nation apart to oppose my lord, and never once tried to understand why he is a hero to Ferelden. But do not think you will get past me to desecrate the Landsmeet itself. The nobles of Ferelden will confirm my lord as regent, and we can finally put this to rest once you are gone. You say that with such righteousness. Loghain used to have that ring in his voice. He has not sounded that way in many months now. It is not so clear an enemy when it is your own people you fight. Cailan was a fool. He grew up a spoiled child in his ancestors' palace. He never knew what it was to be hunted, to starve. Maybe the Grey Wardens killed him, or maybe my lord let him die of his own foolishness. Either way, it may have saved Ferelden. I am not so blind as you think, Warden. I saw the tension between Cailan and Loghain. My lord is a man of fierce passions, none fiercer than defending this land. If Cailan threatened that, but whatever he did, it was only in defense of Ferelden. You think war is simple, don't you, Warden? You only fight monsters. No one sheds a tear over the death of an ogre. Torture is an ugly business. But sometimes it's the only way to learn what your enemy intends. And it is much harder to tell who the enemy is when all of them look like you. Fine, you're right. What would you have me say, Warden? Loghain is a great man, but his hatred of Orlais has driven him to madness. He has done terrible things. I know it. But I owe him everything. I cannot betray him. Do not ask me to. I wish I had died at Ostagar rather than live to see this moment. Stop him, Warden. Stop him from betraying everything he once loved. Please, show mercy. Without Loghain, there would be no Ferelden to defend.
Now's better than later.
My lords and ladies of the Landsmeet, Tyrn Loghain would have us give up our freedoms, our traditions, out of fear. He placed us on this path, yet we should place our destiny in his hands? Must we sacrifice everything good about our nation to save it?
A fine performance, Aemon. But no one here is taken in by it. You would attempt to put a puppet on the throne, and every soul here knows it. The better question is who will pull the strings.
Ah! Here we have the puppeteer. Tell us, Warden, how will the Orlesians take our nation from us? Will they deign to send their troops, or simply issue their commands through this would-be prince? Where is the famous steadfastness of the dwarves? How much did it cost the Empress to buy your loyalty?
Some of us are curious, Loghain, about precisely what happened at Ostagar.
So, one of Cailan's killers would dare speak of betrayal. You led our king to his death with your grandiose tales of griffins flying into battle. Do tell, dwarf. The whole Landsmeet has been quite frantic to hear a tactical analysis of Ostagar delivered by a clown. You goaded him into making that charge. He believed the tales, Warden.
He thought your handful of men would turn the tide for him. Strategy and consequences be hanged. What would you have me do? Kaelin's was not the only life in my hands. Should I have sacrificed the entire army for his mistake? Do not imagine that you can shame me with Kaelin's death. He was Marik's son. My king. No one regrets his loss more than I do.
Selling elves? Explain this, Loghain.
This is war. Did you believe it would be like the old tales? Knights with pennants flying over battlefields where all outcomes are decided simply and with honor? War is cruel. Every soul who fought alongside Marik knows this. And in it, there are no such things as innocence, only the living and the dead, and the degrees of guilt both bear. Sacrifices were made. If they were too great, the Maker will judge me for it. But enough of this. I have a question for you, Warden. What have you done with my daughter? You took my daughter, our queen, by force, killing her guards in the process. What arts have you employed to keep her? Does she even still live?
I believe I can speak for myself. Lords and ladies of Ferelden, hear me. My father is no longer the man you know. This man is not the hero of Riverdane. This man turned his troops aside and refused to protect your king as he fought bravely against the Darkspawn. This man seized Kaelin's throne before his body was cold and locked me away so I could not reveal his treachery. I would have already been killed, if not for this Grey Warden.
So, the Warden's influence has poisoned even your mind, Enora. I wanted to protect you from this. My lords and ladies! Our land has been threatened before! It's been invaded and lost and won times beyond counting. We Fereldans have proven that we will never truly be conquered so long as we are united. We must not let ourselves be divided now. Stand with me, and we shall defeat even the Blight itself!
The Warden! I'm with the Warden. Southreach stands with the Grey Wardens.
The Warden helped me personally in a family matter.
Waking Sea stands with the Grey Warden.
Dragon's Peak supports the Warden!
Western Hills is with you, Loghain. Maker help us.
I stand by Loghain. We've no hope of victory otherwise.
I stand with the Warden. The Blight is coming. We need the Grey Wardens.
Traitors! Which of you stood against the Orlesian Emperor when his troops flattened your fields and raped your wives? You fought with us once, Eamon. You cared about this land once. Before you got too old and fat and content to even see what you risk. None of you deserve a say in what happens here. None of you have spilled blood for this land the way I have. How dare you judge me? Then, let us end this. I suppose we both knew it would come to this. When we first met at Ostagar, I would never have thought so, but Ostagar seems like it happened in another lifetime to someone else. A man is made by the quality of his enemies. Marik told me that once. I wonder if it's more a compliment to you or me. Enough! Let the Landsmeet declare the terms of the duel.
It shall be fought according to tradition. A test of arms, in single combat until one party yields. And we, who are assembled, will abide by the outcome.
Will you face me yourself, or have you a champion?
Warden, no. I'm afraid we can't leave the fate of all Ferelden up to your dog. Anyone with a leftover ham bone could buy his allegiance. Choose someone else.
It is you or me the men will follow. So, let us fight for it. Prepare yourself.
All right. You'll get nowhere from me. Punch that all right. On your guard.
I underestimated you, Warden. I thought you were like Kalen, a child wanting to play at war. I was wrong. There's a strength in you that I have not seen anywhere since Marek died. I yield.
Wait, there is another option. Batean is a warrior and general of renown. Let him be of use. Let him go through the joining. There are too few of us. It's not a matter of what we like, it's a matter of what we must do. Our duty is to slay the Archdemon. We aren't judges. Kinslayers, blood mages, traitors, rebels, Carter thugs, common bandits. Anyone with the skill and the mettle to take up the sword against the Darkspawn is welcome among us. There are 3 of us in all of Ferelden, and there are compelling reasons to have as many wardens on hand as possible to deal with the Archdemon.
The joining itself is often fatal, is it not? If he survives, you gain a general. If not, you have your revenge. Doesn't that satisfy you?
Absolutely not! Riordan, this man abandoned our brothers and then blamed us for the deed. He hunted us down like animals. He tortured you. How can we simply forget that?
You can't do this. My father may have been wrong, but he is still a hero to the people.
Honora. Hush. It's over.
Stop treating me like a child. This is serious.
Daughters never grow up, Honora. They remain 6 years old with pigtails and skinned knees forever.
Father.
Just make it quick, Warden. I can face the Maker knowing that Ferelden is in your hands.
So it is decided. Alistair will take his father's throne.
Wait, what? No. When did this get decided? Nobody's decided that. Have they?
He refuses the throne. Everyone here has heard him. I think it's clear then. He abdicates in favor of me.
I hardly think you're the appropriate person to mediate this, Honora. Warden, will you help us? As the arbiter of this dispute, what is your decision? Who will lead Ferelden?
Thank you, Warden. You were wise not to disrupt Ferelden's governance any further in a time of such crisis. My first act as Queen must be to insist on receiving Alistair's oath before all the lands meet, to relinquish all claim to the throne for himself and his heirs.
Oh, I never wanted it. I mean, yes, of course. Happily, in fact.
And now, lords and ladies of Ferelden, there is still a blight to defeat and armies to gather, and I appoint this woman to lead us in both. We will not allow this land to be further threatened by the Archdemon. Gather your forces and await the Warden's command. On the morrow, we shall begin our struggle against the greatest threat Ferelden has ever faced. And we shall triumph over it, for we are Ferelden. So it's done. My father is dead. I never thought he would go so far. I never thought it would end like it did. Such a waste. It could have been. But what is done is done. My father had no illusions about the consequences of his actions, and neither do I. Arl Eamon has left for Redcliffe, and tells me that our armies have almost fully gathered there. I will be heading there myself. Bring your companions, and join us at Redcliffe Castle as soon as you are able. You have united for Elden Warden. Now we face the Blight.
I got a moment, sure. Aye, all right then.
The Arl has gone back to Redcliffe.
I haven't been here in a while. They've changed the dining room. Ask away. Yes.
Dwarven crafts. Find dwarven crafts. Direct from Orzammar. You won't find better.
What can I get you, stranger?
Dwarven crafts. Fine dwarven crafts. Direct from Orzammar.
I'm here to atone. I did you bad with that last tip. It can't end like that. Those noble ponces won't have the last laugh, eh? You game for one last heist? No, I didn't. I've steered you straight more than a time or two. Listen, Warden, you have to trust me. No bloody trap this time. I'd stake my life on it and... well, yours too. We're stealing the tears of Andraste. You care about the history? Don't know how much of a chantry-going folk you are. There aren't many things as holy as the tears of Andraste. Legend has it, before the Maker spoke to Andraste, she despaired at the fate of her fellows. Her husband, Mafarath, before he became a right bastard, would come to console her. She would tell him of her despair, and she'd always shed a single tear. Every night, he captured each tear in a vial. A full 30 nights that went on. Mafarath was worried sick. On the 30th night, the vial was full, and when dawn came, that's when Andraste saw her first vision of the Maker. Some of that story isn't in the Chant of Light, but it's been passed on for ages. Everyone agrees that the tears are a holy relic. Growing up in the alienage, you want to believe in something. Something that explains the suffering. I have faith. Not everyone does. They're holy, precious, and wet, but it's what they symbolize that's important. Ban Frandarel's father secretly acquired the genuine tears of Andraste decades ago, and his son still has them locked up tight. The same Frandarel that baited that trap. So I propose you go to his real vault and rob him blind. Afterwards, I'll see that the tears of Andraste are given to the Chantry. We've tried under, now we can give over a go. The rooftops are dense enough that you can jump to the top of the estate. Then you can go in through the chimney. Head towards the vault area from the last job. Right before it, there's a wine cellar that's got a secret door. Go through it and find the real vault. That's all I know. I'll be waiting for you here.
I stand ready. Very well. I shall do it.
Yes. All right.
All right.
Trap right ahead. Trap right ahead.
good on it. All right, all right.
Let's make this quick. Battle it is then.
You have no generation. All right, all right. Push them back.
On my way.
All right, all right. Now's better than later.
It's done. Right ahead.
I suppose that could have been worse.
Yes, of course. Trap right ahead.
All right, all right. Can I get you a ride? Get off my back. I'll get on it. Get off my back.
Right ahead. Trap right ahead. Trap right ahead. I'll do it. Trap right ahead. On my way.
You did it. You really did it. Tomorrow, everyone will be talking about this. Band friend Daryl will be humiliated. Can I have the tears? I've arranged an anonymous delivery to the Chantry. It will, Warden. It's been an honor. I wonder if history will ever know the full story of what we've done. Good luck.